With all the new number one comic books getting ready to come out next week, there's gotta be one for you. Hey, all my webheads out there, welcome back to Comic Book Corner 2.0. And fans, I am your host, Mike Spider Slayer, always helping you make decisions of what comic books to buy. And today, guys, I am bringing you the newest number ones getting ready to come out. That's right, guys. You don't want to miss a new series that is getting ready to come out, because before you know it, they're not even on the racks, and then you're going to miss out on some of the newest, hottest, and greatest comic books out there. So these new number ones are getting ready to come out for September 29th, 2021. So before we get started, guys, if you want to become a member of my YouTube channel, Comic Book Corner 2.0, just go ahead and hit that join button right there on my home screen. It does help support the channel. It gives you, the viewer, some extra perks. So my number one, issue one comic book of the week for September 22nd, 2021 wound up going to Primordial issue 1. This brings the team back together of Jeff Lemire and Andrea Sorrentino. This was a phenomenal book. You know, these two have done Green Arrow together. They did Gideon Falls together. And this has a makings of another wonderful series. So if you have not checked this out yet, I say definitely go ahead and pick it up. It has to do with the space race, and they combine it with like conspiracy theories, almost like Department of Truth. It's like, what if, you know, the space race totally fell apart, but however, the apes and the dog wind up surviving and crossing and going to another side, like a different dimension. So it's a really interesting book. You know, people that are sitting there going, this might not be for me, I'm telling you, I think this book definitely has potential. You're going to want to check this one out. So hopefully you can get it, and it's still on the racks right now. And then with that being said, we're going to discuss these newest number one comic books. Okay, guys, so here is the first number one that we're going to be talking about for September 29th, 2021, and this order is done by the most anticipated or most pulled comic books for that particular comic book week. So obviously, I think this has all the makings to be a very good comic book if it's well written, and this is Inferno issue 1. This book is a $6 comic book. This is the accumulation of Jonathan Hickman's X-Men. So if you were a fan of his run and the stuff that he was doing in the beginning before things got all messed up, I think you're going to want to definitely pick this one up. I think it's really going to focus on Mystique and Destiny and Charles and Magneto. I think this is going to be really good. So this is definitely a must buy for a lot of people out there. All right, so the next one we're going to be talking about is from DC Comics. This is Deathstroke and Company. This is issue 1, and this sounds like this is going to be a really good book for DC Comics, because fans of Deathstroke are happy that he's going to be back with his series, and he's going to be teaming up with Black Canary, which I think is going to be awesome. So I am really looking forward to this. DC is, I think, in desperate need of coming out for some different books besides Batman. So I think this is a breath of fresh air and what people are really looking forward to. So again, this one is $4. Next, we have Darkhold Alpha issue 1. So this is another book maybe spinning off this Scarlet Witch show, because Scarlet Witch had the Darkhold, and now we have this in Marvel Comics where it looks like Doctor Doom has the Darkhold, but there's going to be a series of one-shots, and this is the Alpha issue. Now, I'm not a big magic person per se, but if it's a good story and it's entertaining and it's fun, after reading this book, maybe I'll check out those one-shots. Maybe it just depends on the type of comic book week that it is, if it's heavy or not. So if you have the extra $5, check this one out. All right, next we have the conclusion to Extreme Carnage. This is Omega issue 1. This is a $5 book as it concludes the whole story with the Life symbiotes, or the Life Foundation symbiotes. Carnage is possessed this politician, and they've been going after all the symbiotes. They all have hosts. We get to see the return of Flash Thompson in this series. It's been quite entertaining. Again, This is not really a number one. This is a conclusion. They just put Omega and call it number one. The way this whole series has been laid out, it seems kind of weird. It feels like a bunch of one-shots, but it's still been entertaining. All right, next is a number one that's actually been on here before because it's been delayed. So this is Batman vs. Big B, A Wolf in Gotham, issue 1. So this is a black label book, so you can expect this book to be a little bit darker. And if you're into more Batman stories, you might want to check this one out. This is a $4 comic book. All right, so the next book is going to be an interesting one. Probably a lot of you may have not heard about this one. This is from Titans Books, and this is called Gun Honey Issue 1. This is kind of like a spy book, like a Black Widow, and the covers on this, and I checked them out, they are absolutely gorgeous. If I can show you a couple of them while I'm talking about this book, maybe I will do that. So anyway, seems like it's going to be an interesting book. I did put it on my FOC, so hopefully I'll be able to get it on time and share it with you guys. Again, it looks pretty cool, so go ahead and check that one out. Again, from Titan Books, this is $4. All right, next is Human Remains issue 1. This is from Vault Comics. This is a $4 comic book, and this is an interesting concept for a story about this couple who love each other, but what happens in this world is that if you have emotions, you can get that taken from you. And so what happens is these monsters take away your feelings, all of your emotions, and then you live on Earth as like an emotionless being. So that's a kind of interesting story there. So hopefully if this one is on the rack, I will check it out. Done by Vault Comics, $4 comic book. All right, next is a book called 10 Years to Death, issue 1. This one is done by Aftershock Comics, and this is a $7 book. So this one is actually quite pricey, but it's The Shawshank Redemption meets The Sixth Sense. So if any of you have seen those two movies, those are both fantastic movies. So if you cross that over in a comic book, I think this is going to be pretty cool. And it seems like there's a hired prison guard, a notorious mass murderer finally incarcerated for his crime. So I don't know, this sounds like it could be kind of cool. I definitely want to check that out. The next book we're talking about is Stranger Things, Tomb of Yibawin issue 1. This is done by Dark Horse Comics, as they've been having the rights to do these Stranger Things books. This book is $4. It takes place in January of 1985. So my thing is, when it comes to Stranger Things, I'm just going to watch the TV show and let it unwind there. I don't need these additional comic books, but if you're a huge fan of Stranger Things comics, this could be for you. All right, next is Firefly River Run. This is issue 1. That's kind of cool how it actually rhymes. So I've never been into the Firefly series before. This looks like this is an $8 book and it's a one-shot. So it says the great lengths Dr. Simon Tam had to go to in order to save his only sister, River, from her captors are finally revealed in this special standalone issue. So yeah, that's what this one is about. This is a standalone issue, so if you're a fan, check it out. Next one is done by Source Point Press. This is called Unborn issue 1. And so the description here is, on a strange world, 5 explorers mine for super fuels in a last-ditch effort to save a collapsing Earth. But the mission, of course, is going to go to hell when they're overrun by hostile alien species. Oh, that's a common theme in comic books, or that's just aliens alone, right? So again, it's called Unborn. If this interests you, go ahead and check it out. All right, the next book we're going to be talking about is Life is Strange, Settling Dust, issue 1. It's a $4 comic book published by Titan Comics. So this is the heart-wrenching conclusion to the best-selling Life is Strange comic series. Okay, so never even heard of this. If this is something you did hear of, go ahead and buy it. All right, so now we move on to probably the best title of all these books so far, and it's called These Damn Kids, issue 1. I could see this, people outside going, these damn kids are always getting into trouble, right? So this is a story about these kids that are causing some problems. They're acting strange, and they're attacking their parents. Again, this is not an uncommon theme. I've seen this or read this in comic books, or even seen this in movies like Children of the Corn, right? We had a bunch of kids possessed by the devil or whatever they were, and they started killing their parents and stuff like that. So, but to see this in a comic book, it could be fun. And again, I love the title. It's done by Second Sight Publishing. It's a $4 book. Here's a book where it's just called Willy's Wonderland, issue 1. Okay, so if you want to check out Willy's Wonderland from American mythology, this one is $4. Next book is Forsaken, issue 1, done by Second Sight Publishing. This is another $4 book. It takes place in London of 1883. So, I don't know, this is a murder magically fueled investigation, and I don't know, this is just something that doesn't seem for me. And Second Sight Publishing has another book getting ready to come out this week, and this one is called Silence, issue 1. So it says, after suffering a life-threatening medical event, former comic book superstar Stan Lee Kane seeks to regain his health in the remote town of Silence, Michigan. Okay, that might be kind of cool. Has to do with comic books and stuff. All right, and then again, Second Sight Publishing. Man, they're on fire. Ironhead, issue 1. Not Iron Man, but Ironhead. This is a $5 comic book. And in a huge battle that stretches for miles and miles, a fierce and terrible massacre of enemy soldiers by Duke Hire, who seems to know no fear. In fact, he takes pleasure in killing, does not spare anyone. Okay, so he seems like an asshole and he just likes to kill people. All right, check that one out. All right, next on the list, we have Transformers 2021 Halloween Special Issue 1. This is done by IDW Publishing. This is a $6 book. And so I never thought that Transformers would have a Halloween issue. So let's see what it says here. Whispers of disembodied spark howling alone in the desert are floating around Cybertron. Whispers of Starscream's loyalty to Megatron cause are also floating around. So that could be cool. I mean, it makes sense if you have Starscream's echoes around. Could be quite creepy. Will I pick this one up? No, absolutely not. But it's getting ready to come out in case you want to buy it. Orison, issue 1. Again, Second Sight Publishing. Head of a medical technology company, Stephen Gideon is dying from brain cancer. He sends a research team up to Shishapakama Mountain looking for a cure, only to be met by a mythical demon. Oh, so he's going to make a deal with the devil so he can save his life, and then he's going to have to kill people. Sounds cool. All right, next we have from American mythology, Zorro, Flights issue 1. This book is $4, and of course, if you love Zorro, you're going to want to check this one out. Legendary scribe Don McGregor returns to Zorro for the first time in over 15 years. His stories have defined comics for decades, from Black Panther to Saber to the very pages of Zorro. All right, so that could be cool for a lot of you. Here's the next one. Second Sight Publishing, the freaking publisher of the week here. Freak Show Kingdom issue 1. Welcome to Freak Show Kingdom. Jonathan Hendrick's zombie universe is collected for the first time ever. Step inside a horrific realm full of the undead and those unfortunate to live among them and their own tragic deformities. All right, pretty cool. Next, from Zenoscope Entertainment, we have Robin Hood Hunted issue 1. This series, when it first came out, was absolutely awesome. I really enjoyed Robin Hood. If you want to read like that first series, I'm trying to remember when it came out. I think it was like 2012 or something like that. Really, really well done. Robin has taken on all types of evil, from sleazy and seamlessly untouchable billionaires to monsters worshipping cults and crazed psychopaths. Though one thing remained in common, she has always come out on top. Pretty cool. Alright, next from Behemoth Comics, Turbo Kid, Apple's Lost Adventure, issue 1. In this first issue, the Turbo Rider faces the robot war, and Apple discovers a path that leads to the kid, a path full of blood, gore, fights, music, whatever, and BMX bikes. I'm not picking that up. This one's done by Red 5, Verge issue 1. A mysterious time travel event known as The Verge had brought thousands of people from across of all history to New York City. Vikings, samurai, Romans, Mayans, cavemen, and thousands of others all live in the vast and turbulent, world or whatever. Okay. Verotica Revenge issue 1. What is this book? Now we're getting into the real depths of books here. That's stuff that you never heard of. But again, these are the things that might interest you and might be the next big thing that people really enjoy. Pumpkle is summoned by the White Witch for a most grisly take by Glenn Dazing and Simon Bisley. Verotix, Devil Girl Akuma, she makes her shocking return to the Verotic Pantheon by Glenn Dazing. I'm not reading that, so I'm just going to go on. All right, how far are we going to go? Chamber of Terror, issue 1. This stuff all fits like Halloween stuff. In this creepy Halloween special, 2 chillingly frightening tales are told within the dark corners of the Advent universe. In dark pathways, evil comes to a small Midwestern town. Okay, pretty cool. It's a cheap book. It's $3. And then we have Batvark, Coronavirus One Short, issue 1. I'm not even going there. Next, we're going with Zombie Terrors, Halloween Special, issue 1. This is done by Asylum Press, and it's $4. Asylum Press brings you a giant flesh-rotting collection of all new zombie tales featuring an international cast of artist talent. All right, that's pretty cool. If you like that stuff, go check it out. All right, next is Alias Black and White, issue 1, done by Antarctic Press. A woman introduces her new boyfriend to her family. Oh, you never want to be that. You don't want to do that. Unaware that he is being tracked by the FBI for a string of murders until it's too late. Oh, that's going to be really bad right there. That might be something that worth checking out. That could be kind of cool. All right, some more Halloween stuff. Vampire Macabre? I can't speak. Halloween Special, issue 1. Asylum Press brings you a horrific, bloodthirsty collection of all new vampire tales featuring an international cast of artistic talent. Fantastic. Action Lab has Bigfoot Frankenstein, issue 1. $4 comic book. Super Suckers Binge Book, issue 1. College students Jess and Kelly catch a rare STD called vampire just as a sexy but deadly vampire slayer hits town. To stay alive, they must figure out what vampires do out of the shadows with help from their new... Okay, this is interesting. All right, let's see what else we got. Advent Comics has Southside, issue 1. This is a $3 comic book. We're just going to keep going. Hallow Snow, a Kung Fu Fable, issue 1. It's a $5 comic book. Athena One Shot, issue 1. Second Sight Publishing again. Athena is a woman that has endured her immortal existence of a blood curse for the past 3,000 years. A curse placed upon her by her own family. She has been banished to an island of monsters and magic that is hidden from the world. Horn Island Trilogy, issue 1, Second Sight Publishing. The zombie apocalypse has hit Mississippi and no place is safe, but is this the first time it has happened? Find out about the very first zombie sighting in the state of Mississippi and how Horns Island past plays a role. Could be kind of cool, could be the next Walking Dead. You never know. So there you have it, everybody. There are the newest #1 comic books that are getting ready to come out for September 29th. Hopefully you guys took some notes and now you know which ones you want to buy. So of course, guys, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit that bell and make sure you turn on all notifications. And of course, if you like the content you'll see right next to me, go ahead and click on one of those videos. I think you'll enjoy it as well. So until next time, guys, this is Mike Spicer signing off. Remember, keep collecting, keep buying, and as always, keep reading those comic books. Take care, guys. See you on that next video. Bye.